Good morning, team. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, and I think spring is on the way. Maybe. We hope so. Anyway, I can feel it. I am Amy Core, and I am joined by Kevin Van Eck, and we are live out of the Goose Island office. We are excited to have you here with us. Make sure that you grab your cup of coffee, your tea, your lemon water, your power smoothie. You know the drill. And let's jump into another episode of Coffee with Amy and Kevin.
Yes. Hi, Amy. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good start to the day. Grab your coffee, like Amy said, make sure it's full. As we talked about last week, we know the market's hot. We know that things are moving quickly. Last week, we covered working with buyers in terms of contemporaneous offers. This week, we're going to continue talking about working with buyers, but now we're going to talk more about our actions and here specifically how to act as a buyer's agent in this market and how to act as a buyer's agent in this market specifically to get our clients what they want.
That's right, Kevin. That is our goal because we know how competitive this market is right now. And so we need to think about the idea of, am I making sure that the way that I'm acting and all the things that I am doing are helping my clients win in these situations and in this market as buyers? So today we want to talk about making sure you are the best broker you can be for your clients and that you are not the roadblock to creating success for them when they're trying to buy a home.
The first step in making sure that we're representing our clients in the best way is communication. So let's think about this. Anytime we meet anyone, the first impression is super important. And in this case, in our instances, when we are scheduling a showing with a listing agent, we are setting that first impression. So think about how we set that first impression, because that will determine the tone for the rest of the opportunity. If it comes to writing an offer, if it comes to inspection, if it comes to closing. So what's important is think about when we are scheduling a showing, the way we act, if we are agreeable, if we are collaborative, if we're friendly, if we're warm, how we deal with scheduling difficulties, how we respond to that listing agent or their assistant determines what the rest of our interaction is going to be like. And think about it. If you've been a listing agent, which you likely have been, think about when you've had someone schedule a showing with you and your initial thought was, oh, I hope they don't write an offer. Why was that? Let's make sure we're not doing those things that put listing agents off from the very first interaction so that we can make sure we're giving our clients the best shot from the very first interaction with the listing agent.
That's great advice, Kevin. And the other thing we need to think about is let's think about prepping our clients. Let's think about the situation where we're walking through a property with our buyers and all of a sudden they start talking about the things that they love and the things that they don't like about the house. Obviously, the listing broker might be there overhearing the information or what they're sharing. What you don't want to have happen is suddenly the listing broker thinks, oh, if these people make an offer, I don't know if we're going to love working with them because I'm hearing all of the nitpicking or maybe some of the negative things they might be saying about the house. So here's what you need to think about doing is let's prep our clients before we get into that particular situation. Let's share with them how they should act during a showing. Now that might seem a little bit awkward, but I think it's really important for us just to explain when you're walking through a house, you're going to have lots of different ideas, thoughts, and emotions, and those are super important. But what we want to do is we want to make sure, especially in this market, which is really competitive, we want to keep our advantage. So the less that we can say in the house when we are in front of the listing broker, the better off we are. Now, here's the thing. Once we get out of the house and we get back into our car, we're going to have plenty of time to recap and talk about the things that we loved and the things that we didn't like. But let's make sure that we keep our advantage and stay competitive in this market right now as we're looking at homes. And here's the other thing for you to consider. Let's make sure we as the broker don't become the roadblock at showings. And what I mean by that, make sure that you are prepared. If it is not an accompanied showing, make sure that you have the lockbox instructions. Make sure you know how to easily get into the home. Make sure that you have all the information. Make sure that you are being a good cooperative broker and that you don't have to put the listing agent through any extra hurdles. Also, if the listing agent is there and accompanying you during the showing, same goes for you. You really should make sure to not say a whole lot and allow the listing broker, if they want to drive the tour through the house. Make sure that you listen, take note of all of the things that they say, because later on, that's going to be beneficial to you. The last thing that you want to do is show off or showboat in a showing. You want to make sure that you are a really easy, collaborative broker. But remember, sometimes less is more. So say less, let your buyers absorb what they need to, and then you can get together later on and have that conversation and do a recap once the showing's over.
Really great advice, Amy. Let's talk now about responding. So we know we're put in stressful situations often, situations that either we know we're going to get into or unanticipated. And in those situations, how we respond or react will determine our clients' odds of getting to where they want to go. So let's talk about this. Take a breath. When we are put in a situation where maybe we feel our stress level getting higher, maybe it's a communication with the listing agent, maybe we found out it's going to multiple offers, maybe we found out that we lost in a multiple offer situation. How we respond in those moments will determine whether we get a second opportunity. So let's take this scenario. We know that contracts fall apart all the time. And we lost, let's say in this example, we lost out on a multiple offer. But sometimes the way we respond is in conflict. Sometimes we'll respond to that listing agent and accuse them of maybe not presenting the offer to their seller. Maybe we'll ask for information and try and drive into, well, what were the other offers? Because we thought ours was the best and we're above list. Sometimes we even accuse the listing agent of doing something nefarious, something unethical. So if we do that in this situation where we missed out on a multiple offer opportunity and knowing that a lot of contracts fall apart, do you think if we accuse the listing agent of doing something nefarious, that when that contract falls apart, are they going to then want to give us and our buyers an opportunity? Probably not. We've already told them that we will be a nightmare to work with, and we've attacked them. So remember, the way we respond has to be with grace and with gratitude. And here is a pro tip. Even if we lose out on a multiple offer situation, what can we do? We can reach out to that listing agent, give them a call, leave them a voicemail if they don't pick up, thank them for the opportunity, wish them the best with the offer that their seller accepted, and make sure to let them know that you and your clients would be grateful to have a second opportunity should anything happen to that first offer and contract. If we do it this way, we will be sure that we are putting our buyers in a position where they have more opportunity rather than fewer.
Such great advice. And I mean, really, it's about taking the high road, right? And that is because our reputation is so important. And I know we get into these situations where, we're in the middle of negotiating a particular deal and we're really focusing on a transaction, but we have to recognize that our reputation goes beyond one deal and it can extend throughout our career. It can also play a huge role and make a big impact on our clients. Think about it. If somebody doesn't necessarily love working with you and you're representing these clients, that might dampen the opportunity to get them into a home simply because the other agent might decide a different broker is easier to work with. So make sure that your reputation isn't something that's going to get into the way of your client's success. And here's the thing, if we think we have a bad rap or people maybe don't like us because of the ways that we've acted in the past, there's not much we can do about changing the past, but it doesn't mean that it's not too late to change our behavior. So take some personal inventory. Think about how you are acting or how you have acted. And look, we're all not perfect. And we've all had our moments where we feel like we could have done something a little bit better. But what we really want you to think about is, are these one-offs, or do you have a consistent way in which you present yourself that could be seen as not that exciting or great from other brokers? If that's the case, think about it. And the best thing that you can do is to also think about the brokers you do like working with. We all have our favorite list of brokers that when we see that they're setting up a showing for one of our properties, we get so excited because they're super nice. They're always accommodating. They're just really easy to do deals with and to work with on a daily basis. So think about some of those brokers. Think about those characteristics. Think about the things that they do to make sure that they are really easy to to work with. Take that time, because what you want to make sure of is that you want to become an individual or a broker who becomes on somebody else's favorite agent list. But even more importantly than that, you want to be doing right by your clients, and you don't want your reputation or your behavior to impact the success of them being able to buy a home, especially in this market right now.
So let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up with some positivity. If you have a great story about your favorite agent, whether they work at App Properties or elsewhere, who is a favorite agent of yours? Tell us why. Send us their name, send us why, and we'll have something special for both of you. Send it to coffee@appproperties.com and share with us, and we will share these, because it's important to understand how we can end up on someone else's favorite list and end up benefiting our clients in the process. Thanks everyone for watching. We hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, team.